Alright folks, here's a quick how-to on making graphic organizers. Okay, so we're going to start off with an example using music because everybody should know some basics about music. So to start off a graphic organizer, you want to go into Paint, right? Open up that software on your computer and type in the different things that you're going to be connecting. Since we're doing music, in this case I wrote down a few: rock, music, MP3, saxophone, and Michael Jackson. Alright, once you've got the words typed in Paint, you're going to use the little button on the side to draw a box or a circle or something around it to kind of contain the words. It makes it a little easier. For example, with Michael Jackson, when there gets to be a lot on the page and things get confusing, if you've circled them together, you understand that it's one person, Michael Jackson, not two separate things, a Michael and a Jackson. Alright, now you want to draw some lines to connect all the different things that you've put down together. Right? In this case, we're going to connect everything to music. We're going to keep it simple, right? Because everything in there has something to do with music. So you're going to draw the appropriate lines. Alright, so now you want to open up text box and you want to do separate ones for each of these. And you want to type in how these things connect. For example, rock is a type of music, right? Or a genre of music. MP3s are a type of music media. And you can see I did that with saxophone and Michael Jackson as well. Now that you've got those connecting words up there, you need to make those lines arrows to show the direction of the connection. An example I gave there, right? Rock is a type of music. Music is not a type of rock. So you've got an arrow going from rock to music to specify that. Now we all know that, right? But let's say it's somebody who, doesn't know anything about music. They've been sheltered their whole life and they have no clue about it. That kind of specifies it for them. It tells them that direction, that rock is the type of music and not vice versa. Alright, now we're going to get into an example using body systems, right? Because this is how you're going to be using graphic organizers throughout the semesters to connect various body systems to one another. So the assignment that you guys are going to be doing is to connect all 11 of the major body systems to one another. Right, we're starting to learn about them. So the whole human body, of course, is interrelated. Everything depends on the other systems. Right, so you want to start showing some of those connections now that you're learning some of the basics about these systems. Each system is going to need 2 linking lines or connections attached to them, and I'll kind of explain that as we go on. Right, so I'm going to start with 4 body systems and just kind of do a basic thing to get you started. So the 4 systems that I've selected to use are the skeletal system, the nervous system, the digestive system, and the muscular system. So as before, I went into Paint, I typed in the names of the systems, right? And I kind of put a little box around them to enclose them together, right? So it's obvious that skeletal system is one thing. Okay, so I'm starting with one connection, right? It goes from the muscular system to the skeletal system. And we think about it, right? Muscles move your bones. They're attached to your bones and move them. Right, and so I've got the line connecting from muscular to skeletal. It's got the arrow, the directionality, because it's the muscles move the bones. So it's going from the muscular system to the skeletal system. And as you can see here, I've made another connection, this one between the muscular system and the digestive system. Right, and the muscles move the food through your esophagus obviously being part of your digestive system. And again, it goes from the muscular system to the digestive system because it's the muscles pushing the food, not the food pushing the muscles. Also, you'll see that I'm using different colors, and the color of the line matches the color of the text. As you start making more and more connections on these graphic organizers, and remember, you're going to be doing 11 systems, not just 4, it can get pretty tricky. So I always advise doing different color lines and different color text that coordinate with one another, just to make it a little clearer and easier to figure out. Now again, remember that when you're doing this with the 11 systems, you need each system to have at least 2 connections or linking lines attached to it. So I want to pause where I'm at right here and kind of count. The skeletal system and the digestive system each only have 1 connection or linking line attached to them. The muscular system has 2. So if you're looking for just a minimum of 2, hey, the muscular system is done. You've got it. You've made 2 connections with that. But you still need at least 1 more for the skeleton and 1 more for the digestive system. And of course the nervous system, you still need 2 connections. Now, as you can see, I made a lot more connections in Paint, right? And so just kind of take a second and count how many each system has, how many connections each system has. Alright, I'm going to assume you're done. So I'm moving to the next slide. Now hopefully you counted that the nervous system has 1 connection, the skeletal system has 2, the muscular system has 2, and the digestive system has 3. So now think in terms of what you have to do. You're supposed to have a minimum of 2 connections for each. So the skeletal system's cool, the muscular system's cool, the digestive system's cool, but you still need at least 1 more for the nervous system. So I just want to make sure everybody understands this. It's cool if you have more than 2 connections for a system. I mean, sometimes it's easier to link a certain system to other systems, right? There's just a more natural connection. And that's fine. But each system has to have a minimum of 2. That's very important. Minimum of 2. Alright. So I hope that this really helped explain how to do this. You understand how to make the linking lines and connections. Sort of the purpose of a graphic organizer, right? To see how things are interrelated. I mean, we're talking about human anatomy. We're talking about the human body. We want to know how everything's connected to one another. You want to know how you work, right? So that's the big purpose of this. Now once you're done, you've created it in Paint, all you need to do is save it as a JPEG file and upload it to your blog as a post, and then of course post me a comment telling me you're done. That's simple. If you have any questions, please email me, and please read the graphic organizer directions carefully. There's a couple other things that I didn't say in this that you're going to need to know.